Good morning, everyone. It's November 28th at 7:43 a.m. and I think it's Thanksgiving Day, actually. And my mom is on the way to pick me up to go visit some family in New Jersey for the day, and then I'm coming back tomorrow because I have work to do, which isn't that great because I really hate it when professors assign work right after break. And also for one of my classes, I have a final right after I get back. So it's like I can't really enjoy my break. But also what I was gonna do during break was just do work anyway. To just focus on the YouTube stuff and get some stuff set up for next week. Because recently I haven't been able to put too much time into it since school has been so demanding, I'll say. And that's unfortunate. And looking back on yesterday's video, one thing that I could definitely work on is organization of thoughts and how I say them. I feel I also speak fairly slowly. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, and I think it's because I am working out things in my head and trying to formulate what I want to say while I'm literally saying it, because my mind is pretty slow. I think I'm pretty slow as a person. So when it comes to speaking, I find it very difficult to get those three main points that I want to say right at the top of my head and just say those before I can open my mouth. Because when I start speaking, I just figure it out as I go. And it's really weird. And sometimes I think that's why I ramble too, is because I'm trying to expand on a topic, but I can't fully formulate what I want to say. So I add a bunch of other words, random words that don't directly contribute to what I want to say, that give me time to say what I want. I just did it right there. I lost what I was gonna say. That's something I can definitely work on. And now with that out of the way, we'll just do an update. Excuse me. Yeah. So actually yesterday I talked about unrequited love, and I filmed a lot because I talked about it with myself. And then afterwards, I did this little podcast type interview type YouTube video thing. I don't know what you want to call it, but my friend's got his own YouTube channel where he does videos like these. And we just talked for an hour and 15. Honestly, it felt like 3 hours, but we talked a lot. I gave him some prompts, and we talked about some things that I thought were pretty interesting. We talked about relationship stuff. Relationship stuff is something that he really struggles with and that he wants to further develop. And we also talked about content a little, about business slightly, but it was mostly relationship stuff. And I think that's because of how confusing it is. Because there's so much uncertainty when it comes to that. Everything is also scaled up, I would say, when you have something bad happen, but also when you have something good happen. The effects, as if you were doing it in business, are incredibly more impactful because you've developed an emotional attachment to these outcomes. And that's one thing we talked about. We also touched on, I gave him the prompt of what are 5 non-negotiables you would want in a partner. For me, it's loyalty, of course, beauty, I must be attracted to this person. I think it was, loyalty, beauty, doing this off the top of my head. Ambitious, so they're self-sufficient, independent, they have goals, they live their own life, right? And ambitious. Communication, the ability to communicate well what their feelings are, things that bother them, how we can improve our relationship. And that really goes into emotional intelligence as well, but I said communication because that is more of an overarching term that encapsulates emotional intelligence, because you need to have this level of self-awareness and emotional intelligence to be able to effectively communicate that. But if you don't have communication skills in the first place, you may be aware of these things, but you can't convey that to your partner. So that is a non-negotiable for me. And then number 5 was growth mindset, I believe. The way that my friend put it was novelty. So they must be open to trying new experiences and understanding that there is always room to improve. And I say growth mindset because one thing I understand now is that I don't have everything figured out. I'm not that put together as I may seem online, especially when it comes to relationship stuff. I don't have much experience. It's unknown territory for me. So I just hope that they're understanding of that and understand that I'm also still learning, but also willing to improve and grow. So she can call me out on the things that I do that are stupid or things that I'm not self-aware of, but also just acknowledging that yes, he's like this now, but he can improve in the future. Not as in the approach of I can fix him type thing. It's more of the just I want to have someone that I can learn and grow with together. My friend put it as, you're both working on this life project. And when it comes to communication and emotional intelligence, those are your tools. And if you don't have those, then how are you going to build this life project together? So all of these work together, all small cogs in a bigger machine. And those are my 5 non-negotiables. I also described it as a funnel because these are all characteristics that you cannot filter through upon initially meeting someone. Your top of funnel here is where you will see only a select few of these characteristics, such as beauty, communication, maybe just how they talk, but you can also add in other factors. Are they respectful? Social cues, self-awareness, things like that, depending on what kind of environment you're in. But that would be top of funnel. And then as you go down and you have more conversations with them, you get to know them better, then you get to the other characteristics, such as where you can see if she's most likely a loyal woman or if she is emotionally intelligent. See, all these other characteristics come down later. So they all come at different stages. So it's not like as soon as I meet her, I need her to show me that she's loyal. That sounds stupid. That didn't make any sense. But you just need to understand that some things you can see initially and some things you cannot. And also be okay with not being able to see those later things. And that is something that I have trouble dealing with. Because when it comes to, oh my God, going back to unrequited love, like I talked about, it's this idea of maybe they don't like me just because they don't know me well enough yet. So then you have to try and force more conversations, force yourself, show that you are this amazing partner for them. Okay, but if you have to really go out of your way and force that upon them, then they are not meant to have you in their life. And that's just how it is. So sometimes you'll never even get to see the rest of those characteristics, and you have to be okay with that. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I want to say. The digital journaling is pretty good. I don't really talk about my problems, so this has been It's been real, guys. Thanks. I know these videos aren't very structured and they're quite boring, but I do see the benefit for me, and it's just mostly for me anyway. This is my secret account where I'm just working on my communication skills, picking something out to improve upon. That's why I did that at the beginning of the entry, and then just talking about other problems in my life, because honestly, it does help. And yeah, that's all. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Happy Turkey Day. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy if you celebrate. Wait, is it today? What's today? Oh shit, 28th? It's not on my calendar. Might be. I don't know. I will. But that's all. Alright. Have a good one.